Markus obviously has worked extensively on the Puzzle Bee with his team of Facebook application developers. Is that correct, Markus?
That's correct.
How many people have really had an input into Puzzle Bee?
Well, in this sort of business, there's a high turnover. So our company is always on average about 7 people. And we had some people that worked with us only on contract for a short time. But there's been over 15 people that all had a hand in Puzzle Bee. And at the moment, I think we are 8 at the moment, I believe. And we're all focusing on Puzzle Bee.
Any questions? Yes, Judith, if I may.
Thank you, Judith Hewitson from Cicada. Can you just, in 1 minute, do a little bit of the falls and successes of return on investment, the business side of it?
Well, let me answer the blanket statement. It is, and I'm trying to answer this indirectly. It is today, as it was on the first day, still possible to be commercially successful directly with just a Facebook app. What is difficult is to have an outside product and try to use a Facebook app to build a bridge to an outside product, because people don't like to leave Facebook. So if you make a product which is a Facebook product, the people use it within Facebook, it can be commercially successful. We actually didn't take any investment. We had sort of some cash reserves, and so the whole thing was bootstrapped. And I can say at least so much that while we're not super rich, by no means at all, but we are paying our bills and we hope to grow.
Thank you, Markus.
Does that answer your... Okay. Yep. Yes.
KK.
KK from Additude, digital ad agency. Question is that do you have data of the users and the retention period of users, an average retention period on your app, and how effectively we can place ad in your site?
Good question. I would actually say that at the moment, for both Facebook and everyone on Facebook, the majority of any revenue is through advertising. There's absolutely no question about it. There are some applications that have built-in business models. So for example, if you're familiar with Amazon, there's an associate program where you can get a commission if you refer sales to Amazon. So an application could, for example, be a wish list, and your friends sort of you put like a wish list up, and then if people buy from that wish list, the application developer gets a commission. Or you have an application that has some SMS service built in and users are being charged for that. So there are some exceptions, I would call them, that actually are monetizing with a built-in business model. Another one could be where you have some sort of online gambling and you have to buy points. You have to buy points again and again and again, if you will, right? So these are existing business model, but the majority is simply advertising, where there's either sponsors who sponsor the whole application, or rather people use networks where they can simply show a bit of a code, and then all the ads of this network are being shown on your site. And so there's different deals, CPM deals for those who know what it is. They pay per impression. There's cost per click ads. There's cost per action ads. And we do a bit of all of those. We have cost per action, we have cost per click, CPM, and each application is different. So it's mostly, though, clearly advertising. So the answer is yes. And I guess a Facebook application would be, because of the viral growth that you can achieve, is a prime candidate to spread a message or have a campaign of some sort. So, for example, like what most people do on Facebook, they use the same as on all websites, they use analytics software that tells them all about their statistics. So Google Analytics is free. It's a wonderful tool. Tells you how many page views, tells you how many new visitors, tells you how much time they spend on your site. In addition, of course, we also use our own data plus the one that Facebook provides. For example, Facebook tells you how many new installs you have, or rather you can measure this yourself, and you see how many uninstalls you have, and so you can track new users and the people lose it. And typically what you see is the older an application, the more people uninstall it. Because they go, hey, I've got now 520 applications, I need to clean up every now and then. And so you've got a constant baseline of uninstalls, which is normal. And so what you really want to achieve, of course, is that people keep your app. And so you look at the two graphs and how they go, and they try to tune it so that you increase this ratio. And it is really different for each app as well. We've got some where people are just really dropping off, like Your Mama Jokes. Not a good app by any means. And so there we're losing users right now.
Okay. Thank you, Markus. We have to leave it there.
Okay.
We would
Thanks.
like to encourage people to ask more questions of Markus during the open forum. So
Thank
thank you very much, Markus.